up, Smashers? It is, what is today? Today's Wednesday. Wonderful Wednesday. Look at this. You got to check this out. We've got seated hamstring, PVC fulcrum. That guy's a Cirque du Soleil performer, by the way, if you didn't know. That's Travis. He's a pretty good dude. Hey, we're going to be talking about scapular mobility and why it's important with your shoulders. So check this out. With your scapula, right now that lady back there is going, why is he talking to himself? But I'm not. I'm talking to a camera. Always laughs. But so if the scapula doesn't slide across the rib cage, so remember, the scapula has 6 ranges of motion, right? We have protraction, retraction, elevation, depression, and then rotation both directions, right? And if you can't do that, if it can't glide around the rib cage, your overhead position, gonna be super bad. So remember, we have the lat, the teres, we have the subscap, the serratus anterior up underneath, supra and infraspinatus. The deltoids don't really control shoulder mobility, so you got to understand that. All these laterals and these front raises and all this stuff people are doing, none of that matters unless you want to have big giant basketball shoulders, which is super cool, but it doesn't have anything to do with your mobility. You want to strengthen your shoulder and you want to clear out a lot of shoulder problems, work on mobility and stability. That'll clear out most of your stuff. So unglue that scapula. So we're going to do something today that's a little bit different. We're going to restore what's called the neuromuscular response, and I'm doing this because that's a movement you're going to do. So the neuromuscular control of your scapula is really important because I have a patient right now, just to give you an idea, who's got great strength, great mobility, except his scapula on one side pops out and glides around, looks completely ridiculous when he does things because he doesn't have the motor control to support that scapula in the right position. So what's happening is the shoulder's getting all chewed up. So you fix scapular control. Remember, when somebody says something about the scapula, you're talking about all the muscles and insertion points and everything that are attached to it. And then, of course, the neurological control of the muscles that control that scapula. If you control that properly, your shoulder moves right. So what usually happens is if you look at the shoulder from the side, it dumps forward. When it dumps forward, that glenoid fossa sits forward. You end up chewing up the labrum on the front, and your overhead position looks like this, which means you recover your overhead position by arching your back. And then you wonder why your low back hurts all the time when you're doing thrusters, you know, or anything. You can't get anything off the top of your fridge. So either don't put things on top of your fridge or fix your overhead position. So we're going to unglue that serratus anterior. I'm going to show you a sick mobility for clearing out pretty much the entire shoulder with mobility. And we're going to restore motor control. Pretty cool, huh? So check this out. Number 1, grab your med ball, wall ball, whatever you want to call it. Big, giant, heavy ball that you throw at the wall. That's what I did. It was terrible. Travis watched me. I tried to do Karen unbroken. I didn't get it. I got 131, and now I feel like somebody took my legs and beat him with a bat. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take, there's a band on the rig, so it's loaded up pretty hard. We're gonna fulcrum all the way over this med ball, wall ball, whatever. It's a 20, doesn't really matter what the weight is. You're gonna keep your knees bent, so my knees are bent, but what this is gonna do, it's gonna open up one side, so we're going independent, so you can't cheat the movement. And you're gonna feel this in the pec, you're gonna feel this all the way across the lat and the teres, that subsap's gonna get chewed up a little bit. Make sure that your palm is open, and then just hang out. How long? 2 minutes, ninjas. That's number 1. When you're done, roll away. Don't load up that band and pull your arm down. You've already distracted the tissue. It's gonna wind up hurting lots. You don't wanna do that. That's number 1. Number 2, oh, this is fun stuff. It's freaking cold in here for California. That's depressing for me to say that, but it's the truth. Because it's probably like 70 degrees in here. You're gonna loop your hand in here. So serratus anterior sits up under here. Remember I call them superhero muscles, little bumps in here? You're gonna take your hand, you're gonna bring it up behind you, you're gonna grab the wrist. This is the fun part. You're gonna get it into full extension. So I'm gonna go this way so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just gonna drop down and let it pull the arm all the way back up behind me. Oh, this is intense. This is a great way to say it. It's diabolical is what it is. And we're gonna stay like this for how long? Yeah, 2 minutes. I'm wiggling my fingers, but you can't see them because I'm trying to keep my wrist from snapping off. That's number 2. Number 3, this is where the neuromuscular control part comes in. You ever try and kick a med ball? Don't do that. So we're gonna take a piece of PVC and we're gonna load it. So when I say load it, we're gonna grab a band. Don't go too hard because what's gonna happen is a piece of PVC is gonna kick out of the bottom. So you're gonna plant it on the ground, and all you're gonna do, this is super easy to do, but it takes some control. You're gonna lock out the arm. The band is loaded up so there's some resistance. You're gonna let it pull forward. So you're gonna pull it back. You're just gonna keep your elbow locked, and you're gonna do circles with the scapula. So you are restoring scapular movement, that brain-body connection. So you're restoring what's called neuromuscular control. So if you have a hard time with this, and trust me, this is harder than you think because you're going to want to bend the elbow. You're going to come up and all the way around, and you're going to do 20 on each side. If you can't do this, you got no business doing it under load, which means butterfly pull-ups, overhead position. You have no business doing it if you don't have control over that scapula, because that means your shoulders have no control under almost no load. You throw load on it, when people go, oh, weight, I get under weight and my position gets better. No, it doesn't. You can't hide bad form with weight. It doesn't work that way. Listen, I'm Trev, SmashweRx, clearing out the shoulders today. Check you guys out.